Hey guys, welcome back to another Dynasty Warriors 6 video. Today I'm going to be going over Liu Bei's Musou Mode, which is a bit of a tough one. Over time I noticed Shu to be a little bit more challenging because of just their level selection, you know, when it comes to Chang Ban, and that map being so based on RNG. I mean, it's so unpredictable. You could do everything the same and you can get 10 seconds slower on that map. And then the only person who doesn't have Chang Ban is Yuan Shu. And Yuan Shu, he has Fawn Castle at the very end of his Musou Mode, so his is also very challenging as well. Because Fawn Castle, that's just another unpredictable map. It's like Chang Ban in that sense, because it's not really determined on the player as much. You know, you have to get lucky by the other circumstances, and the ladders being placed, and so on. So Liu Bei starts off with the Yellow Turban Rebellion, and this level is essentially the same for everyone who has it in the Musou Mode. No matter if you're East or West, it's pretty much the same. You would think East would be a little slower because there's two gates instead of just the base there. You know, you have a gate in front of the base, so you would think two gates, but you can do a glitch jump on the east side that allows you to avoid the one gate on the base. So you can just jump up into the base. So I guess they're essentially the same. I mean, the cauldron that you're actually trying to get to spawns on the east side, so I guess the east side is technically better because where you're going to is on the eastern side of the map. After breaking through the gate, I just run over to where the cauldron's at. I take out their magic, or at least like some of it. If you destroy one of the cauldrons, or at least I think it's actually the eastern cauldron, destroys the northern side of the wind, which I never knew until like I really started to analyze what was going on. To where the eastern cauldron destroys that one. I guess we're really lucky that that's the cauldron you can actually do a heavy jump to get up there. Like the other cauldron, you can't do a heavy jump up there. This is the only cauldron you can, and that's the one that takes out the north side of the wind. So that's the way you're able to get into Zhang Zhao's main camp. But there's not too big of a difference, and then when you're doing these Musou modes, they're all segregated into their own category, so it doesn't even matter anyway for Liu Bei, you know. The second mission is the campaign against Yuan Shu, and I always found this map just really weird because it has the same map as the Conquest of Wu, but it's a different battle entirely, and it's like it's separated from the Conquest of Wu in the menu. Like when you compare that to the Lu Bu scenario in Hangzhou, that one gets lumped in with the rest of them, even though it's completely different from the rest of the battles. Like the Shu and Wu battle that took place much later is lumped in with the Lu Bu battle where he takes over the governor of the area. So like it just I don't know. You can really tell this game is rushed. Some parts of it like that are definitely rushed on top of just the characters. I feel like that's another product of it being rushed, you know, because they were probably planning on adding another map for this one, but I guess they ran out of time and they had to make it the same map as Conquest of Wu. Another thing I noticed too, because I don't talk about this at all, so I want to mention it now, in the encyclopedia there's like a picture of what the Nanman campaign would look like. Like you can go into the battles in the encyclopedia and there's a Nanman campaign entry, and it shows Zhuge Liang there, and it shows like a picture of the battle. It's really weird because it's like that's not in the game, and it literally shows like what it would look like. It's really interesting. But that's another thing, like they definitely cut that, Tropical Wars being like a song in this game. Like there's so much cut stuff that I really find interesting, even though that's completely off topic to what's going on right now. Probably a good time to mention it though, because this scenario doesn't have much going on. You just jump over a lake, you jump over the little like river area, you get onto the island, and then you're able to save a bunch of time, go through two of those gates, which it's kind of annoying, you have to break through two. It takes a while with Liu Bei, and then you go and take out Yuan Shu. Nothing too complicated, it just takes a while with Liu Bei taking out those gates. He doesn't have true speed or anything. He has volley, and he doesn't even start with a special anyway, so.
This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
So Chang Ban is the next level for Liu Bei. It's, in my opinion, by far the most complicated. You would assume, like, you know, just get the peasants there the fastest, but, you know, you have to go in a specific order, and you have to get a lot of one-hits on these officers when you're running by them. The specific order that I go in here, it's necessary to get under 6.5 minutes with in normal runs, pretty much for everybody. I mean, I guess Zhang Liao, maybe you could do something else and still get under 6.5 minutes, but this is by far the best route. It got perfected over time. I think Oldies actually originally made this route, so it's just really solid, and there wouldn't be another way to do it, because the two peasants in the very back take by far the longest. I don't know what takes them so long. They are so slow going in that northwestern part of the map. They are so slow. Like, the other two peasants will be way far ahead of them. I guess the one you get first, but the peasant that's sort of south, the most southern one, that you get in the base last. I get it last here. He is way faster. He gets there way faster than them. I guess he's a little bit closer, but it's still wild. They just take forever. And for that reason, I think that's really why there's such a dependency on RNG for this mission. You know, sometimes the peasants take forever. Sometimes they're actually a little bit faster. I've noticed about a 10-second fluctuation for just generally playing this map over and over and over with everybody. There's always like a 10-second fluctuation where you can get faster, slower, just based on luck, like how fast the peasants move. I don't know what it's based on. I haven't figured that out. That would be pretty cool, but I can't figure that one out. It's just, in my opinion, I think it's just complete random. My time here was not that good. It was really the other scenarios in this Musou mode that kind of saved me and got me the record, because this one was slower than Oldies. And it was way slower. It's 10 seconds slower than my fastest time that I got with Liu Bei on this map. So there's a lot of room for improvement, and this is going to be one of those runs that I go back over and try to perfect a lot more when it comes to getting an even better record for Liu Bei's Musou mode.
My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching. By every base we take. I have come for your head. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
A true warrior indeed! You will carry our honor across the land.
How did you ever survive this long? Stand in the way of my cousin's fate. That ends today.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
That I should be beaten in battle.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I have come for your head.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching.
An impressive feat. I will have to adapt my tactics to keep up.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example.
victory for us. Well done, everyone. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Chengdu is next, and this one's a lot more interesting than what I ever thought it was going to be, because oldies actually found a much faster way of getting to the enemy main camp on this map. Normally you would take the west route where Pang Tong goes, you know, through the forest, but oldies got a much faster time by going north and then through the two gates, and then he performs a gate glitch on the eastern gate of the enemy main camp. I didn't know you could perform a gate glitch on that eastern gate. The southern gate you can also do a gate glitch on, but you have to be in true speed, so it kind of ruins the whole point for Liu Bei because he doesn't have it. He can't pull that off. But you can pull off the eastern gate glitch without true speed. You just run straight through the gate. There's nothing special with it. Either way, I got like a terrible time on this one. I was 13 seconds than what Odie's got, and this is gonna be the main map of improvement, even more so than Chang Ban was. My kill on Liu Zhang could have been so much better, and I think I was also slightly slower on taking out the gates. So I'm definitely going to go back over this one, and this is going to be one I definitely get a better time with.
Excellent forest. Perfect place to set up an ambush.
You face me alone? But what do you seek?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
There you are. You shall not pass here.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. It was an unpleasant battle, but I thank you for your aid. Our path to the future begins here, from Shu. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
So Ling is very simple. Just turn around and run to the Wu main camp. That's it. I mean, it's probably the most simple one on here. There's only one possible route you can really take, and I don't think you would take anything else. Like, where else are you gonna go? You can't really go anywhere unless there was like a glitch or something like that. Like, I always think about a potential gate glitch on this map, but I just don't think it's possible. I've never pulled it off. Nobody else has ever figured it out or anything. So it's really just a straightforward map. Nothing really else there. I did get 20 seconds faster than oldies for this particular scenario. I think I just got a lucky kill, and he probably got a little unlucky, but overall still had me pretty satisfied because it made up for my large time that I got on Chengdu that I just did horrible. So this one kind of saved me a little bit. This was another one of those runs that I just did a lot better on. And it could have been the horse too. I honestly forget what problem he ran into, but sometimes the commanders just don't get off their horse. So you'll you'll just sit there and wait for them, and they won't do anything, and that'll take up way more time on top of everything else. Like if he blocks on top of that, then it's a mess.
Now step back and let me handle this.
The fates have chosen you, of all people.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Victory is ours. Yuan Yu, were you watching? This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Why do you show me no...
This will be
The last scenario is Wu Zhang, and it's another simple one, which I kind of appreciate to end off the Musou with. It's kind of annoying sometimes when you get, like I kind of talked about with Fawn Castle a little bit earlier, that level is so unpredictable and a lot harder to get a good time on. So having that one last, like you played like 10 minutes and then you're on that map, you know what I mean? So you'll be just on a hot streak and then you'll just get stopped on that map because you just mess up completely. I prefer to have those types of scenarios earlier on in the run, you know, the most influential into how the run's going to play out. So it can make it a little bit difficult. That's why I like this one being last. It's simple for everybody who has it. You just run to the enemy main camp, you break a gate. It's pretty much like Ling, honestly. And again, the horses are really the only problem. Commanders, they don't get off sometimes. That can make it really hard, but I did well in this map, and I think it was a good way to cap off the Musou mode. But I'm probably going to upload another one of these in the future, you know, going back over Liu Bei. There's so much room for improvement. But let me know what you guys would like to see. Of course, there's a lot of Musou modes that I want to go back through and continue to improve upon. And I have no preference really at all. So thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate the support.
People can grow without the change you propose. It is that growth that will change the land.
Can you not see? It is that which invites chaos. Mine is the only way. Gently, not vain.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Friends, thank you. It has been a long and difficult road, but the chaos has fled. Now let us walk in a new and peaceful age.